Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Matt Cook here. This game started a bit faster than I anticipated, so things are going to be a little bit wild for just a moment. But in between the games here, didn't quite get everything all set up, but that is a-okay. Fortunately, lads, I am on a 15-minute delay, because it appears that ESL does not use the 15-minute Dota TV delay. So we are shit out of luck on that regard. I do believe we're currently live, and I don't want to get kicked out of the lobby, and I don't want to get fucking sued by ESL. So here we are on a delay. Hopefully it won't kill my computer. If it will, I'll figure something out for Game 2. We got 5 men versus Nigma, and we're already most of the way through this draft. We see Nigma, great team. 5 men, also a very fun team to watch. I love me some Pro Dota. I love me some not Pro Dota too, though. So let's see. We got an AM, got a Centaur, an Undying, and a Wyvern for the side of Nigma. 5 men have picked their Magnus, Zeus, Spiritbreaker, Lone Druid, Venno. And it's the last pick of Nigma here. Not going to have time to get too much draft analysis in. I'll wait for the last pick, see what gets picked up where, and we'll go from there. As they'll pick up Alina. Okay. It's going to be Ace on the Lone Druid. Unsurprisingly, Miracle on the Anti-Mage. And I don't know. This is going to be definitely a very tough match to go into. Pili Die 5 Magnus, okay. Gotta love it, gotta love it. But overall, you know, I've got to say, just looking at things, just looking at how it goes, obviously the favorites in this tournament are going to be Nigma, or in this tournament, excuse me, in this series, going to be Nigma. 5 men, though, have been overperforming pretty massively so far. If you haven't checked out the group stage stuff so far, they've been doing very well, taking games off of what we would traditionally consider tougher opponents. Nigma, also, on the other hand, though, they've been underperforming. I think this is a team that always comes into these tournaments with high expectations, and at least so far, they haven't really been meeting them, as both of these teams and all the games in today's lineup are elimination matches. So we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to see who will go on to the playoff stage. And would you look at that? We're loading into the match. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first ever cast of a Pro Dota game. I am solo casting it, and I am casting every single game that's gonna happen today. So give me 1 second. We're going to fade in here. And it's going to be a little bit awkward as I have to jump over to the free camera. This is not a cast that I'm watching. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to real quick make a post because I didn't think it would start this soon. Don't worry. It'll be over soon. And we're in. Real quick, I have to go offline. Steam. Alright, we're back. Let's see. We've got some wards down for the mid laners, unsurprising. So, taking a look at this mid lane, it's going to be Weehaw, no surprise, on the Lina versus Chessie. Lina, Zeus. This feels like a very classic matchup. Misery is in the backlines. Is he going to get a bash to get the rune? No, he'll just pick it up himself. And with that, looks like they will go likely, I do believe, 2 for 2 on the runes here. So looking at this mid matchup, like I said, it is a bit of a classico matchup. These heroes have actually both been coming back into the meta a little bit. I was a little bit hesitant about Lina, but I've seen good things, and obviously Weeha's going to perform on the hero, so I'm excited to see what we get out of it. Down in the bottom lane, this is probably going to be a very tough lane for Mind Control. I do have to imagine just the combination of the bashes and the roots. RA being forced out of lane, as we see here. And up top, it is actually going to be a tri-lane to protect Misery. RMN and GH doing a lot of damage into Pili Die. This will be this matchup. Honestly, this entire match kind of screams classic Dota to me. You know, we have a suicide lane here. Winter Rival now comes, so never mind. All of my points are now forfeit. But, you know, we got an AM. We got a Lone Druid here that feels like he's been out of the meta for a very long time. Mid lane so far, going pretty heavily Zeus favored. There's, of course, this entire wave for Weeha to catch up on. That's the one thing about the CS that you do have to be a bit careful of, is sometimes there's like a whole wave advantage, which you can't just squander. We'll use the LSA, and we'll immediately catch back up 7-2-8-1, so not really an advantage. Mind Control, with the help of GH, is probably going to have a much better time down here. But still, maybe a little bit tough for him, because with the combination of Misery and Ace, they could very easily get a kill if the entanglement leads to anything. Entanglement or a bash to start a fight, very deadly. But once GH starts getting some levels, maybe be a little bit harder. While up in the top lane, Miracle farming just fine into Jibbe on this Venomancer, who will do Venomancer things in the mid to late game. So, it is Pili Die up here, this top lane. As I missed the first blood, we actually gets a dive onto Chessie. So, that's definitely a pretty one lane for Weeha. That courier looks tempting, but obviously you're not going to make that huge commit. Actually, Pili Die will just bottle himself up and toss it back to Chessie when he TP's back in. Gotta love to see that minor efficiency play. Down the bottom lane, a little bit of brawling going on. GH takes a pretty good chunk of damage. So does Misery, but won't result in anything. Ace is clearly the current winner of this lane. And the lanes in general, as he's just been free farming, but Lone Druid is a very strong laner. It's basically like having a tri-lane. Man, poor Miracle. Taking a lot of damage. But he's got a Ring of Regen, a clap from RMN, and the Ring of Health. So, yeah, this is going to be mostly a little surprised. We don't see an earlier point in the counterspell here. I think the magic resistance will be good, but meanwhile, RMN's going to get pushed back, and I do believe this is a very dead RMN. He's trying for the TP out, and actually, I think he'll make it. An excellently calculated TP, so no blood, but he will be sent back to the fountain. Meanwhile, though, we have another brawl around the runes of regeneration for Chessie, and Weeha might be in trouble. He has the Fairy Fire with the Dragon Slave. He'll get a second kill, but now Misery comes in onto Weeha. Is probably going to get the kill. I do imagine indeed will do so. So we'll slightly even it out, but you still get the gold and the XP on the Lina. So you're pretty happy with that if you're Wee playing into now 2 kills for your lane. And also GH, you know. He's not happy that his Lina died, but maybe he's happy that he gets to get this level, these levels from the mid lane. Till his Lina comes back. Actually, Zeus is starting to take over in the CS department, as we do have a charge up top on a Miracle. Unlikely to really have anything come of this, I think. He does have Blink, so just gets stunned, gets slowed, blinks away, no follow-up. But on RMN, he's gonna struggle here. Take a bash, not get either of the bounty runes, as we will have, it looks like, another 2 for 2. This is the unfortunate reality. My understanding of the pro names is that they only change, especially at the pro level. I thought they just changed whenever, but they only change at the DPC season. So you see we have OG Seed and C9. That's okay. Not really an issue. As these laning stages begin to enter, we entered the end of this phase of the game. You can see that Ace is definitely the real winner. Miracle a little bit behind, and Ace could be very scary. A lone druid that gets farm is a terrifying thing, as Mind Control will get rooted up, and Zeus will secure that kill. Meanwhile, up top, Miracle and RMN both taking a lot of damage. RMN will fall. The Miracle's Anti-Mage with the counter spell, that extra magic resistance, and the Rings of Health will keep him up. Chessie has his 2 null tallies. So he has quite the mana regen, very capable of sustaining himself in this lane. But Weehaw gets good damage into the tower with that cart, giving him the slight advantage, at least in the tower damage. No, not again, Mind Control. You just went down, you just TP'd back, and you get rooted. The GH is enough to save, has to be careful, very low on HP, so good play from Pi, could do a lot of damage. Is up top, we have another big brawl coming out. Miracle getting low, forced to blink away again. They do have a tombstone out this time, and Lina is coming. RMN will not fall, actually, just yet, as Weehaw comes in with the ultimate to take out the Venomancer. Miracle gets stunned up, but unfortunately, Dwee is too good at the game and gets big LSA to secure that kill for them. Ace, though, still farming freely, and honestly, that's a little bit scary. This hero feels like he may be the powerhouse to take this game. Ogre, obviously, Anti-Mage can do similar things, but when your lone druid's getting off to this good of a start, don't really mind too much. We're going to go for that fast Yules. Not very surprising at all. A very solid item. Whereas it looks like Zeus going a bit slower in his progression ramp. Bottle the 2 nulls into the arcanes. Probably going to see an Aether or Yules after that. This Mind Control is so dedicated to cutting these waves, but I don't know if you're really going to get too much out of this, as Spirit Breaker is coming in. We'll get the stun onto him. Look at this, Pilot Die is just gatekeeping this western exit. He's not allowed to get out that way, as the Zeus comes back from the west, and Mind Control will fall once again. GH not able to save him. So an easy pickup for Chessie. Will accelerate him, as he now does have those mana boosts. And look at this, a smoke. Pi in Misery, looking for something here. Are they going to go up top and try and take out this Anti-Mage? Might be a little bit difficult with the blinks, but we'll have to wait and see, as Misery actually takes the long route and gets a deep ward in early. That's the kind of warding that we like to see. And look at this, at the same time, GH and we have committed a smoke of their own. They're going to try and slow down Ace here. Question is, will they be able to? Ace? Oh, this looks pretty dangerous. He does manage to get the true form off. No, not quite in time. The Laguna, the LSA, does just enough damage to prevent that. Meanwhile, though, up top, they're looking for a kill onto Jive, but perhaps Miracle has moved a little bit too soon. No, Weehaw's here with the TP and the Tombstone. It should be enough. They're likely going to take out Misery. Misery desperately trying to take out the Tombstone, and he will do so. Gets himself a nice chunk of change. Pilot Die misses the skewer, but the ultimate from the Zeus is there, taking out RMN. So right now, the only loss is on that Undying. Miracle will not be able to get anything of his own. Does keep his life, though, and look at this Mind Control. You're in trouble once again. You just TP'd back to lane. You're already being charged up. Ace doesn't have a bear for 50 seconds. Is there one in base? No. So actually, Ace without the bear is probably going to struggle a bit here into Mind Control. But the stun comes out. Misery doesn't have the ultimate, and look at that. Immediately pops that Stampede, gets himself out of there. We may have another smoke. Indeed we do. It gets popped. The vision not there for the side of Radiant. 5 men have to be very careful. Weehaw sees Misery, but doesn't quite get the LSA. Mind Control will get stunned up, and Misery tanks that smoke, gets the bounty, gets himself out. And that is a That is a 3-for-1 trade. Although, saying that, RMN and Weehaw are not done yet. The instant TPs from 5 men, though. RMN dancing, trying to get out, but he has no way to eat through these trees. The tangos are still in his backpack, and RMN will perish here. Unfortunately, left behind by his team. And as we enter the 10-minute mark, we'll go ahead and look at the net worth, and look at this. Miracle falling pretty far behind Ace's Lone Druid. And Chessie, he's got the significant lead. Well, 600 gold lead out of this mid lane. Oh no. I have chat. Hold on. Hold on, guys. There we go. We fixed it. Look at that. GH pops the ultimate to try and get onto Chessie. Weehaw is in the area. Will he just pop the Laguna Blade? Doesn't even need to. The LSA, he has enough damage despite the uphill misses. So that'll push back Chessie's game and put Weehaw in a position to rapidly acquire this Yule Scepter. Only about 150 gold away. Has to be careful, though, of this bear. Has the Mask of Madness already. It's a formidable foe. Mind Control's taking over the dead lane up top. Not too surprised to see that. Oh boy, I'm getting excited, guys. We're actually live now, and we're not dropping frames. That's what I like to see. Miracle farming up that Battle Fury. Looks like it's probably going to be a pretty standard timing at this stage. It may be a 15-minute. But of course, with these pros, you know, they farm it up so quick. Still though, very significant portion of the way away. 1800. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes if I had to guess. This GH, he's found himself an Invis, but he's not going to take it. Going to leave it for Weehaw. Magnus is going to make a skewer play for it, but there's no detection. So as we say, invisibility is invincibility. As RMN, he's getting dove on pretty hard, but 5 men will back up. GH with a quick TP response to prevent that dive. Well, this laning phase has kind of started to break up, but we haven't really seen either team group up and go for a significant push. Excuse me. And obviously, Jibe is just going to do his thing in the top lane for the Glimmer Cape first. A little bit interesting. Salves himself when he's almost to full HP. Efficiency play, I guess. But he's farming up just fine on his own. Third on the net worth chart. Yeah, look at this. Unfortunately, Mind Control. He's had a very rough start to his game due to that initial suicide lane into Ace's Clone Druid. So he is going to struggle a bit here, as he's actually getting gone on by the Spirit Breaker. I don't know if they'll have enough to kill him when he has the Stampede. All ultimates available for both teams, everyone having hit 6 at this point, unsurprisingly. A nice little stomp to prevent the stun from coming through. With this, though, I do think Jibe will probably be the first one to take a tower here. He is a Venomancer, and he does have a 1/4/4 build, so that is a rapidly falling tower that Dire simply can't respond to. Nigma forced, unable to contend with the setup Venom. Or Mind Control. Being bullied back, unable to get any farm at all. Oh, look at this. Miracle RMN with the help of the zombies. They're going to try and take the stack. It's going to be a very slow process, however, without this Battle Fury. Miracle doesn't actually get the last hit on the big black dragon. I do believe RMN actually got it with a zombie, despite him trying to stop it. But meanwhile, more interestingly, in the mid lane, Weehaw got gone on. However, there is a good ultimate onto Chessie. Chessie taking a lot of damage, but the magical damage will just burst through Weehaw. Weehaw will fall. RMN also weak, of course, having no tombstone. RMN getting charged down. He will definitely fall. Ace gets disarmed onto RMN, but is unafraid to go onto GH. Who is still in range. And Miracle, you have to be very careful, sir. There's 5 heroes, but he blinks out. He will be just fine. He is approaching this Battle Fury. Like I said, probably about a 16-minute timing. Depending on how these bounties go. So far, though, 5 men. It looks like they're in a position to secure 3 once more, and they will do so. So those bounties not coming in clutch. And the thing is Miracle, sure he's going to get this Battle Fury. And we've seen Miracle do amazing things, of course. But, Ace, he's online. Man's fighting. As Pylai pumps that, RP. Just to brag about his stop-canceling abilities. But yeah, so even once Miracle has this, oh, as I missed, another unfortunate kill, a solo kill onto the Centaur. Mind Control having a very rough game, and look at this, 5 men are going into Roche. Now, I've got to say, it's great to be seeing these guys playing the game so well. You know, I've always kind of liked the 5-man roster, and it's been unfortunate they haven't been able to do too much. But now they're showing that they're a force to be reckoned with. You can give Nigma a run for your money. You're definitely a tier 1 team. Hello, Nigma. Have been having a bit of a rough time lately. Of course, they don't have Kuro. RMN, as far as I know, still a stand-in due to Kuro injuries, but we'll have to just wait and see if he comes back. Look at this, Nigma though, being the expert Dota players they are, they do lose the Roshan, but they take over the enemy jungle, and now Miracle has that Battle Fury on the path to the Manta style. A very important item for him. And actually, look at this! That's an easy Aegis pop! Now lose the Lone Druid. Will they be able to get a second kill? I don't think so. Magnus tries to go in, but he gets skewered up, and actually he's taking a lot of damage. He'll eat the Laguna as well. RMN has entered the field here. The Tombstone, I don't know if it was dropped or not. I don't see it. It looks like it's on cooldown. Ace, though, taking a lot of damage. The Mana Void is there, but it's not going to be enough, but they will pop him. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, though, Nigma losing a lot of heroes. Unfortunately, Misery will manage to get himself out, as well as Chessie. That's a very good fight for Nigma, as they managed to take out the Aegis and the Bear. And that will give Miracle time to farm up, catch up, and get himself well on the way to his Manta style. You love to see it. Miracle, though, in a lot of trouble. He does pop the counterspell, but I don't think that's going to really protect you as it fades before it's able to do anything. Of course, still has a blink out, so not really in too much danger, and will continue to farm. Has a lot of regen behind him. GH, he set up that play beautifully with the with that Winter's Curse onto the Lone Druid, popping that Aegis by himself. But Chessie went for the Aether Aghanim's build. This is a very common build, so not at all surprised to see it happen. And getting their neutral items, an Imclaw, a pretty good item for the Spirit Bear. Currently has the Iron Talon, but I do have to imagine he'll want to take that Imclaw. Miracle has the Yasha coming to him on the Courier. And with that Yasha, he will be pretty well on the way to that Manta style. And that's really when he starts to come online. So despite this great early lead from 5-men, fortunately, it feels like they're running out of time before Miracle's online. Now, just because Miracle's online, I don't think the game is by any means over. But it is definitely something to be concerned about. But here we sit at the 19-minute mark. Jibe pushing down a tier 2 tower. This is what you like to see. This is the perfect, ideal timing window for this push. As it's just before that 20-minute mark, they'll be able to capture the outpost. They'll be able to get themselves the XP and deny Nigma that XP as well. As Pi will go ahead and capitalize on that. Capturing that outpost. Ace in the bottom lane as well. Maybe ready to set up for something with the ult from Chessie. They'll actually realize that Wyvern is totally alone and they'll get the kill onto him. Ace going in aggressively will not yet take out RMN, who has put a tombstone on the high ground. Misery is in on the backline, gets a stun in onto Mind Control. RMN will now fall. Mind Control has already used the Centaur ultimate. Stampede not available. And that'll be an easy triple kill. But Nigma will take both the bounty runes. And I have to imagine that Miracle will be able... I turned off chat, but apparently Weirdo has bypassed Dota's filters. Actually, Miracle not going to get those bounty runes down in the bottom lane. Look at Weehaw. He's maybe looking for something with that Yule Scepter. Once the true form ends, Ace is very killable. He'll wait, see if he can get the opportunity. But Ace, actually, he's going to continue pushing, and this might get him caught out as the LSA is there, the Laguna as well. But look at this! The bear just gets the kill. Ace is totally fine. Meanwhile, the Wyvern will also fall. Miracle, now the one in trouble as he takes a lot of damage. I think he's going to be forced to blink out here. Has to be so careful. The RP from Pi with the blink. I do think that's the reveal. Is quite powerful. And now RMN will fall as well. The Tombstone, an extra 200 gold going over to Zibe. Mind Control, the only one to survive that fight. And what looked like a really good initiation from the side of Nigma unfortunately collapsed from underneath them. Top, Chessie pushing in top with the siege creep. This will be pretty good damage, I do believe. Maybe not so much. About 300. No, the tower only 200. Not the worst. Ace is going to start pushing down this tier 2. Does have a full Death Soul going into the AC almost completed. Look at this. Mind Control cuts a wave and is forced to back out, but the Nimbus to cancel it! Oh, Mind Control. What a rough game you're having. The Ned as well, you're not going anywhere. Gonna try and juke out, and actually does get a blink, but with that ultimate, he will be spotted, and Chessie will come clean up the kill. Ace will come mid, and oh no. The Empower. Empower on the bear. That's a terrifying prospect. Will fade now, but Pylai is going to put it back on, and look at that cleave. Right now, 5 men are in a commanding position in this first game. As Miracle, unfortunately, just hasn't been able to do quite enough in this game yet to really carry his team. Does have the Manta style now, and they may look to do something. They're not careful. I'm pretty sure right now 5 men probably looking to wait for that next Roshan. That's the real timing window. But they're free to just take a tier 2 tower. All the outer towers are removed for Nigma. While 5 men, they still hold on to their tier 1 top and mid. And look at this. There is a rotation in from Misery. He's not going to commit a charge or anything. The smoke has come out. Pings may have been spotted. But actually, it looks like Nigma is playing very, very aggressive in RMN. He will fall, and Pylai goes for the RP, but a quick blink from Weehaw will prevent it. Stampede is out as well. They're going to try and get out. And 5 men will not engage. Roshan could spawn in as little as 20 seconds. We'll have to wait and see. Miracle gets slowed. Does blink away, but he's still being charged, and I don't think Radiant are going to turn back on this one as they're looking to collapse. They don't have Ace, though. Actually, he's getting pretty deep. The cancel will come out, and he'll just get the quick D-ward instead. He got something out of it. Look at 5 men just doing a beautiful job of taking over the entire map. The only one really getting much farm right now is Centaur, and doesn't count for much when you're behind the Spirit Breaker on the enemy team, and he's actually been caught out again. The charge is coming through. Misery has decided that Mind Control's not going to have a game, but he doesn't get hit by the lightning bolt until Zeus commits the ultimate. Not afraid. But with that, they should know about the smoke. Pi pops RMN smoke and blinks away. But actually, Ace might be in a bit of trouble. He gets LSA'd, but he has gotten the true form off, so he will not fall here. As now, it's RMN. He's in trouble. This smoke is going to work out in favor of 5 men, as RMN just gets melted. Luckily, Roshan does still have a minute on the respawn, so not able to immediately maneuver into that pit, but they are positioned around it for when it does come up. Misery will defend the tower. Miracle has to be careful if he wants to go. He'll look for the bounty rune, but he will not find it, unfortunately. Going for that Basher next item, not too surprising. He will get the Lone Druid's Courier, so that's the Basher of Ace prevented, although... oh no, he did have the Belt of Strength, so it would have been the Basher. Roshan 20 seconds. Look at GH. GH TPing out. And unfortunately, the Nimbus doesn't quite connect, or else that would have been a kill. But look at this. Chessie's the one getting gone on. A blink from Mind Control to stampede. His team is coming in, but he dodges the LSA. Now it's time to juke. Miracle's here, and with that Mana Void, Chessie is no more, but he does have a full refresher, and Roche is spawning right now. They don't have vision in the pit. No couriers there. And look at Jibe playing so far up, as he will Glimmer TP to the mid-tier 2. Ace, though, happy to push out this top lane. With that Siege card, they should get another decent chunk of damage. Unless the tower, a third hit, never mind, no damage for them. But RMN, he's being gone on. RMN has put down the Tombstone, and that will cancel the charge. And that is a long cooldown, 70 seconds, I believe. Yes, with no more Tombstone to speak of. Miracle, though, is doing a fantastic job. Keeping up. He is obviously about 3,000 net worth behind this Lone Druid, but given how good of a start Lone Druid got off to, that's pretty okay, as GH is invisible, but is spotted out by Ace. Blink away in time, though. RMN, though, will be spotted under the ward. Actually, it looks like Radiant is looking to collapse here. Spirit Breaker coming in. RMN cannot Tombstone to survive this time, so I do believe he will fall. Question is, will they find Wii? It doesn't look like it. And now it's just RMN. Undying, dying once again. The unfortunate reality of the hero. They'll find Mind Control, but the Lightning Bolt's there. Not in time. So he will be able to escape with his life. But with no Undying, they will look for this Roshan, the Aegis, the Cheese this time. They will take it quite quickly between Ace the Man and Ace the Bear. Down bottom, GH and Miracle. And push out. Miracle almost has the Abyssal finished up, so doing very well for himself, and he will have a very real kill threat. And we've seen this Lone Druid die with an Aegis before, but with that blink in, this actually could be quite dangerous. The Nimbus as well, the ultimate will not connect. Miracle will get out, Misery unable to get the connection. Now Ace has the Aegis, Pili die, clears out the trees, maybe looking for a spear back, but will not find anything. As 5 men, they'll have to push out this lane here in order to secure themselves a high ground push. This lane maintenance is very important. Miracle, Mind Control, and GH are all just kind of sitting around, but Jippy's on the backline with the haste, and he'll actually find Mind Control. The Blink Stomp will be there, the Stampede as well. With the charges there, Mind Control, you're not going anywhere as he gets stunned up, and they'll actually see Miracle back by the tier 2, but they're not going to go for him just yet. Mind Control taking a long time to die, and Miracle's trying to get this tier 2 tower. They'll finally take down the Centaur, but look at this, they spotted Miracle, they popped the ultimate, but they're charging the illusion. And that's unfortunate, as it will allow Miracle to get out, and that's a tier 2 for them. RMN will also escape. They lose the Centaur, but they get a tier 2 into an Aegis, so I think you're probably pretty happy with that. For the side of Nigma. We're up to an 18k net worth lead at this stage, slowly but surely going up in favor of 5 men. Anti-Mage is getting charged onto, but I don't think there will be follow-up, or will there be? Miracle will get stunned. The net will come out as well, but the LSA will prevent the follow-up stun onto Miracle. Miracle will pop, or Misery will pop the Blade Mail, but has no mana to continue. As Miracle sits up in the high ground, blinks away once, not looking to get caught, I don't believe, but unfortunately, regardless of what happens to Misery, Mind Control I was going to say sure to drop, but actually, no, he does, too. The follow-up Nimbus of Chessie and RMN, I do believe, will fall as well. I don't have high hopes for him, and indeed he will. Now they'll turn back for the Tombstone. 2 here instead for Nigma. The Tombstone down and the Stampede as well, although that was used earlier, so it'll be off cooldown. But this is Ace's time to shine. With that Solar Crest, the Yules, they're trying to slow down this bear. This bear does have good attack speed, and with that, what's it called? Demolish? Entangling, Demolish, yes, he will do a lot of damage. Ace just kind of standing off to the side. He's taking some chunks of damage, but really, it's nothing to be worried about since he does have that Aegis on himself. Meanwhile, though, Miracle, he's gone in on the backlines on a Pylai Die. Pylai Die, though, he'll stay up for now, and Miracle will get stunned out. The net's there as well. He's rooted. He's stunned. Meanwhile, on the backline, they lose GH. He buys back immediately. The Tier 3 tower has fallen. 5 men are not in any rush, though, to start taking this lane of barracks. They're happy to play back. The Aghanim's completed for Wii. Gibbet, look at this. No fear. Unfortunately, Miracle does now have all 4 levels in Counterspell. So he is pretty well sorted in terms of his magic resistance. Hardly even feeling that poison touch. This whole time, Pylai Die still has the RP, but no mana to use it. Gibbet, just no fear, too. Just patrolling. Ensuring that Nigma cannot leave their base. But right now, at least, 5 men not quite capable of breaching this lane of barracks. They're currently just in a chokehold maneuver. As they're preventing Nigma from getting out. The blink stun from mind control will get cancelled. Even if you kill this bear once, there's a second bear. And even if you kill the hero once, there's a second hero. So it is quite risky. Not sure what item he's going to elect to build next. Mindbreaker, though. That is a pretty good one. Will he put it on the bear? Indeed he will. Sending back that crit. They'll see Miracle. They were scanning for a smoke. Man, poor RMN, level 12, only has the cast range talent. Just feels very poor, and this is just kind of what happens. Also want to take another second look at Mind Control. Getting flashbacks to TI with this man. They had some unfortunate performances. He feels very poor as well. Really just a blink stun and a stampede at this stage, trying to finish off the full pipe. And they will get a stun onto the bear. The bear taking a lot of damage. Aegis has popped. There aren't 2 bears. Well, there are 2 bears, but there aren't 2 bear men. But look at Ace. Just staying just in range as the bear claps into the tower. RMN, though, taking a lot of damage. I have to imagine he will fall here. Doesn't even manage to get the tombstone off. Meanwhile, though, the Wyvern will fall through the Nimbus of Zeus. And look at Ace going up onto the high ground, totally unafraid. They've broken open the base. The tombstone is still available if he wants to get popped, but the middle lane will fall. Looking over at the buyback situation. There's not much for Dire here. They can't afford to lose anyone except possibly Mind Control. And oh no, Pylai Die. He gets a beautiful pushback. That was the buyback of RMN. The Tombstone will get cleaned up as well. That's not a second laner Rax. Weehaw also in a lot of trouble. The Nimbus is there, but they're going on to Chessie Mio on the sideline. The Abyssal Blade does come out, but now Chessie pops the cheese. He will be okay. Miracle gets stunned back, and he will drop. Now it's just Mind Control with it all to do, and I don't think he's powerful enough to do it. Another pushback from Pylai Die, and that is certainly the game of Dota here. We're already through 1 game, and that is very exciting. I can't believe it. That was a 5-man victory in game number 1 here. Wow. Yeah, not much to say. It looked like 5N just took over the game from the start. Unfortunately, Miracle never had the chance to be the hero that he needed to be. Excellent play from Ace. Excellent play from all 5-man members. Man, I love to watch this kind of Dota. Anyways, we'll be back soon for game number 2. I'm going to get some water. And I'm also going to fiddle with the OBS settings. So you might see some stuff change, but that's a-okay. I'll be back hopefully pretty shortly.
I shouldn't have, with the people I shouldn't know. I might as well end still on that. It's the only thing that I fucking do.
Everybody's got their ghosts, but don't look away. Gotta stare 'em down to let them go. I will be the ground beneath your feet, pull you out from underneath. Hold on to me. Everybody's got their ghosts, but don't look away. Gotta stare 'em down to let them go. I will be the ground beneath your feet, pull you out from underneath. Hold on to me.
All right, everybody, we are back.